Blog Talk Radio.
Life seems to crush your dreams, so find your balance for all you need. A little work, some family fun. Find your love, keep your life on the run. Told you how the story goes, so write your own script before you grow old. Live your life, laugh out loud. Own who you are, stand up proud. You gotta find what works for you. Find a balance that lets you be you.
Good evening and welcome to the Star Chamber Show live podcast on a Thursday evening. Yes, it is Thursday, October the 26th, and I am broadcasting to you live from Central Kentucky. And this is, of course, Stephen Zimmer. And joining me tonight, we have back on the show, helping me in the co-hosting spot, but she is joining us from Indiana tonight. The amazing, the one, the only, Metalbeck Harrison. Hello, there you are. Coming through loud and clear. Good to hear you.
I am here.
Yeah, usually you're not
from
far
Indiana.
away. I know, but tonight it's just an unusual night. Very unusual.
It is very unusual.
Because you've had some work scheduling issues, which is why you haven't been on the show lately, the last few weeks. But hopefully that'll get sorted out very shortly, so you can come back on some of the Wednesdays. But as
We're
you know,
hoping.
we have Holly is definitely still in bed. I mean, she has been bedridden. She went to the ER Sunday, and turned out they diagnosed a severe bronchitis, and it's just been like one gauntlet run after another. But she has been literally bedridden the entire week, so that's why we had to cancel yesterday, where we had hoped to do. We were thinking originally of doing like a Halloween special of some kind, because that's, of course, this last show before Halloween. But Holly is not able to do it, so we planned something different and awesome for tonight. And I think you're going to love the guests that we're going to be bringing aboard tonight. It's one that Imaginarium folks love, one that Star Chamber folks love, and I know Beck does. So yes, it's good. We're having a great guest just shortly, and chat room is open. Hello to Carol Pre-Flattish. Looks like Moon Dwan Hearn. We just cross-posted the episode with him on YouTube. So if you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel yet, that's at youtube.com/Seventh Star Press, and spell out Seventh Star Press. But yeah, please do. Follow us there, subscribe, and check out. You can check out our episodes as we cross-post them. And we just put his up just a couple days ago, and so we'll be probably putting up another one here in the next day or so. And then Sandy Linder, the genre blender, is in the chat room. So got some great folks in the chat room to join. And so catch us up, Beck. What's been going on with you?
I've been busy. I've been helping my parents pack up stuff. They're moving in a new house. After 28 years, they are moving to a brand new house. So we have been busy up here.
That's some work.
Packing up all their stuff. Yeah. It's kind of strange. I just keep walking through this house thinking I literally grew up here, and they're moving to something better. I'm super happy for them, but it's a weird, strange feeling to say goodbye to your childhood home.
I was thinking of that, because I mean that's it's been that long, so that's been most of your existence. Yeah. Right.
They got this house when I was just turned 10, and I'm 38. So I really don't know anything but this house. The kids don't know anything but this house. So it's new, weird changes all around. The changes are good, and I'm excited for them.
Yes,
but I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back in Kentucky tomorrow.
Yes, Kentucky misses you very much, and
I know a little cat. I know a little cat that misses me too. I'm sure Vicky's thinking, where is she at? Why is she not here?
2 cats. There's 2 cats.
Well, Albert's just done put out by now because we're all gone.
Oh,
so we're
he's been
excited.
going around.
We're excited to come home.
He's been on the prowl looking for everybody, but yeah, he's a good boy. So he's well behaved. Vicky,
yes,
Vicky
he
has
is.
actually not been too cantankerous. She's been quite kind of settled today. So tomorrow she definitely should have plenty of energy for you. Don't worry.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah, they give me a lot of joy and fun for sure. And but yeah, I should probably give some Imaginarium updates because we had a slew of them again since last week. Like I said, every week, and it is so early. I mean, we are way ahead of things from last year, and just got tons and tons of stuff. And you're going to recognize some more of these names because last week we gave you several spotlighted guests and panelists, and well, we've got more panelists and more spotlighted guests, and we also have another individual patron we want to acknowledge. So first I'll acknowledge our Imaginarium 2024 individual patron. That is Aaron Christopher Drown, a great author, also a great graphic designer and cover artist, a multi-talented fellow, great guy. He actually is the one that did our revised Imaginarium logo, and yes, just a fantastic talent. Appreciate him coming aboard as a patron. We are going to do an outreach for that this weekend, so if you are inclined, it's a one-time fee, but yeah, these help a lot. They're only $75, but that gets you onto the site and also in our program, and also acknowledged at the awards banquet, opening ceremonies, and all kinds of stuff. So if you would consider it, we really appreciate it. But yeah, we'll probably do an outreach for that tomorrow and through the weekend. But then we also want to share with you that Carrie Canetsy is coming back to be part of our awards banquet presentation. She is the amazing, over 6 foot tall, just muscular, awesome lady that you saw probably out on the floor because they had a table out in Creative Alley. But she is a pro wrestler, a fitness professional who has national and state records, holder of state and national records, and she is also an actor as well. So yeah, definitely making some great moves with her career. Her wrestling debut and subsequent matches have gone really well down there in Florida. So she is making headway there, and can't wait to have Carrie back. But yeah, she's been named spotlighted guest and will be back at the awards banquet. Then we also have in the area of spotlighted guests, we have, tonight's guest actually. So, I can't avoid it. So I got to say his name. But yes, R. Kyle Hanna, who is the awesome author, editor, and one of the co-founders of Jumpmaster Press. I won't say everything about him because I need to give him a fancy Star Chamber show-worthy introduction here in a few minutes, so we'll hold off on that. But yes, he's been announced. And then we have a bunch of great panelists that got announced over the past week since last show, and they include William Sterling, Aaron Crittenden, C.V. Walter, Kevin A. Davis, Sarah Marion, of course, Per Bostet, Dwan L. Hearn, yes, that is the one and only Moon, who's in the chat room as we speak, and then Jonna Hayden and Alfred Mueller. So, yes, it's 8 new panelists, and then, of course, 2 spotlighted guests and an individual patron. So, Beck, I think that's not bad for 1 week.
No, it's not. You have been busy. Yes,
we have. It's not easy, with Holly down right now. So we're doing our best to, as they say, to hold the thin red line, to use a British military phrase. Yeah.
We're just going to put Holly in a bubble. That's the only other answer we have. Just put her in a bubble so she can't ever get sick again, and that's our cure.
That's what I'm beginning to think. That's what I'm beginning to think. Oh, man, it's just been a roller coaster since Imaginarium.
It has.
Yeah,
it has.
She had a major situation that finally got the right antibiotics and got that under control, and then this came right on the heels of that. I mean, there's almost like no break in between recovering from that and then having this onset of this bronchitis. So, I mean, it's like literally back-to-back as you could possibly get. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, serious enough that we were in the ER on Sunday, and that's just so any good vibes and prayers and all that is very welcome, and hopefully Holly will feel up to doing the show next Wednesday. But, yeah, we definitely want to make sure you all got a show this week, and so yes, Beck stepped up, and she happened to be free tonight. So, yes, we have a show. We aren't going to go the full length. I mean, if it does run a few minutes over, we will, but we are going to go about just a hair shorter than usual. So we're going to go up until about 10 p.m. Eastern, our time, and which is where I'm in. So about 10 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be a little bit shorter tonight, but it will be a great one. So
the show had to go on.
Yes, the show must go on. And we're going to recognize a couple of great folks that brought you tonight's show. One, you heard her name already, Sandy Lender, the genre blender, and, of course, the fine folks at Bostet, and you heard one of them announced tonight as a returning panelist, Sarah Marion, and without giving too much away, the next day you're going to see another announcement that will include T. Lee Harris and Marion Allen, the literary triumvirate of Per Bostet. So let me give you a little bit of Per Bostet, and then we'll come on over and give you that awesome October spot from Sandy Lender that is themed beautifully for this Halloween season. So, but here for Per Bostet. Per Bostet Publications is a small press based in the Louisville metro area specializing in speculative fiction and other outside-the-box books. With 40 titles in print and ebook formats and a handful of audiobooks, Per Bostet offers a little bit of everything. Follow the investigations of Private Eye David Blaze and M.B. Dabney's An Untidy Affair, a historical mystery set during the 1985 police bombing of the Move House in Philadelphia. Or join the psychic private investigator Alan Rodriguez in New Mexico in Handful of Dirt by Janie Franz as he tries to clear an elderly man wrongfully accused of murder. You can find these titles and more at perbostetpublications.com, at Amazon, or you can find the press in person at regional events such as Prime Crime in Indianapolis in October, or next year at a conjunction in Indianapolis and Louisville's Imaginarium Convention, both in July 2024. Per Bostet Publications, where timeless tales unfold. So thank you, Sarah, Marion, and T. Lee. Appreciate you guys very, very much. And so, yes, now a little bit about Sandy Lender.
Do you want nightmares for the Halloween season? I got you, boo. Let the demons, poisonous Adras, monstrous Ryfel, evil sorcerers, wicked dragons, and all manner of unsettling characters of the Choices series haunt you this October. But don't worry too much. The amazing Amanda Charisse is learning all she can to protect you from what lands on her balcony at night. Get your copy of Choices Meant for Gods from author Sandy Lender, available now everywhere fine books are sold.
Thank you, Sandy. I love that spot. And yes, folks, make good choices this October and get some books from Sandy Lender. You just cannot go wrong. So, well, Beck, it looks like our guest is on deck. So I don't think we should waste any time since we're doing a slightly
We should not.
shorter show.
Let's do this.
We should not. So let's do the proper introduction. Yes, tonight's guest is the author of a dozen novels and numerous short stories. He has received many awards and recognitions, including 2 Pinnacle Awards, an Imadjinn Award, and was named one of the 50 great writers you should be reading by the Authors Show in 2016. He is also a co-founder and editor for the award-winning multi-genre independent publishing house Jumpmaster Press. He is a favorite of the Star Chamber Show, a favorite of the Imaginarium Convention. So tonight, I welcome the one, the only, the awesome, R. Kyle Hanna. There you go.
Hey, guys.
You should have your mic on. There he is.
Hey, guys.
Good to hear you. Fantastic.
Yeah, we are. This is the Jumpmaster Press mobile division. We're on the road tonight.
Nice. This is, yeah. Well, I knew you guys are so high tech anyway. I know that you guys probably could broadcast from satellite or orbit if you wanted to out in space.
But
yeah,
Stephen, that is classified, and I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you have us, you have Beck and I tonight because poor Holly has had a real rough ride on the health side.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to say let Holly know we're pulling for a speedy recovery.
Well, thank you. But yes, we wanted to have something with a nice little Halloween theme, and it was a perfect kind of convergence when we had to move our show, because you guys have some amazing stuff that is exactly that, Halloween themed, going on this month. Campaigns that are Dracula themed and have Dacre Stoker, one of our favorite folks, an Imaginator last year, involved. And so I want to cover everything with you tonight, but I think that is definitely, a headline bit of news, and I know you want to talk about it. So yeah, tell us all about these projects. This is exciting.
I'm going to start with our horror collection at Jumpmaster Press. We currently have 4 books in the horror genre, and I've talked about them all week. For all of your listeners, if you'll go out to YouTube, search for Jumpmaster Press, hit that subscribe button. We've got audio books. I do a weekly vlog out there. We've got 5-Star Fridays that are back. So that way you can stay abreast of all the silliness that we're doing at Jumpmaster Press. But we have 4 books that fit the horror genre. One is called the Tetralogy. It is 4 young adult horror novels in 1 volume. I've got the Eidolon, which is a Monster Hunter, dark fantasy horror kind of book. And book 2 should be out sometime in 2024. Those are available at jumpmasterpress.com. We have an anthology of short stories available. And for my vlog earlier today, I highlighted Charlie, which is an 80s slasher. So if you like Friday the 13th and Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, this book is for you. It's all about going back to your 10-year high school reunion and a serial killer is on the loose. So a lot of fun and frivolity there.
That sounds cool. Yeah, that's right up my alley, being a child of the 80s horror genre. So, yeah, it sounds like a good one.
Yeah, definitely check out Charlie. But our big push right now, just in time for Halloween, is we have a Kickstarter that started Tuesday, and I can provide some links to your listeners if you want, or you go out to Kickstarter and look for Dracula Black Spine. And what we've done is we've taken Dracula, Frankenstein, and Picture of Dorian Gray and put them in a all black volume. The pages are black, the covers are black, and the writing is in white and silver. So it's we call it the Black Spine books, and it is something to behold. I think you saw some of them at the Imaginarium this year. They're on sale now. They're available for purchase, and they feel good. They've got the soft touch binding, and they almost melt in your hands. They are fantastic.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
And yeah, your guest this year was Dacre Stoker, so we met him, and he instantly fell in love with the Dracula and the Black Spine. He has been pushing for years to get back to the Man in Black, Dracula, Man in Black. And this set of books, especially Dracula, fit his vision perfectly. And what he has done, he wrote a 2-page introduction for us that's in the Dracula books, and agreed to sign 250 copies, signed and numbered by Dacre. Those are available in the Kickstarter, and so head over to Kickstarter right now and just purchase the books. You don't want to miss this, because this is going to be the start of numerous collections of Black Spine books from Jumpmaster Press.
Oh, that's awesome. And looks like we already got orders from the chat room. Sandy Linder says that she pre-ordered her Black Spine edition through the Kickstarter this week. I saw that. And, Dewan chimes in, says they are beautiful. Sandy says they feel like butter. And Dewan replied, melts in your hands. Nails it.
There you go. Yeah. A couple of other things we got as part of the Kickstarter is there's you can get a one-on-one session with Dacre. I think it's a one-on-one. Maybe it's a Zoom. We limit it to maybe 50 people, where you can get on. You can order a copy of Dracula signed, and then get on with Dacre and talk about Dracula and Bram Stoker and all the things he's doing, because Dacre is very, very active in his own right as an author and with comic books and novels and stuff. He's in Ireland right now at a Dracula Fest or something. So he's helping us push it. We're helping push his because that's what we do in this community. And guys, just go out and hit that order button and back the project.
Yeah, Dacre is a great guy to work with. I mean, I think anyone that came to Imaginarium can tell you how, and obviously how approachable he is, how
yes.
just what a nice guy he is. And you mentioned, his overseas stuff, which I am dying to go to. He does these tours of all the, historical locations and things and tied to the Dracula novel, and I would love to go on a tour with him, because we did a show
absolutely.
with him about that, and he had all kinds of interesting anecdotes and stories, and it's got to be an amazing tour. But you're right. A lot of people still I think are coming to realize just what a great writer he is, and he's written a prequel to Dracula, a sequel, and these are all officially of course sanctioned with the Bram Stoker estate, and he's got a lot of material that he has produced in his own right as a writer, and good
Absolutely.
stuff. So, super talented. It was 125th anniversary just about a year or two ago, I believe, was the 125th anniversary of the novel, the Bram Stoker novel.
So that's the big push we've got right now is the Kickstarter, of course, and then all the month of October, all of my video blogs have been horror-oriented with all of our books. But something near and dear to your heart is the anthology we put out in July. It's Jumpmaster Press and Seventh Star Press. The availability of that for your listeners, the ebook anthology is only going to be around about 2 more months. At the end of this year, we're going to take it off and let the writers, do their own thing. And what we've done is, for our authors at Jumpmaster Press, we are putting these novellas into print. And Sandy was kind enough, speaking of Sandy Linder, to review every story in the anthology. And I have taken her 25-minute review, and I am cutting it up into a review for each of our authors. So 2 weeks ago, I did The Rise of Xing Yi from E.G. Rowley, and he's working on the second part of that one as we speak. Last week, I did my Rogue and Warlock story, and tomorrow, I think I'm going to do Jeannie Hart's Notes of Enchantment. I truly enjoyed that story, and they're coming out in print over the next month or so, and I tell you, those are going to be great little $5 books that'll be on our website. The authors are excited, and I tell you, the entire anthology, all 13 stories, there was some fantastic writing in there. I was excited to be able to read and edit those stories. And for those of you who haven't gotten the ebook anthology, it's still $1.99 on Amazon, and you get 13 stories for $1.99. You cannot go wrong with that.
No, that was a great deal. And, the authors in this are just, one after another. just fantastic stories. And I'm speaking as a writer and editor and publisher myself. They were just phenomenal. And, I love the fact that you're doing that, putting these out in print on your Jumpmaster authors. I think that's a great great decision now because people love to have like more inexpensive books. Definitely a good move.
Yeah, we've had a few $5 books on our table at conventions, and people love them because they're inexpensive and they're pocket size. You can carry them with you. They're fantastic.
Yeah, Sandy's. Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because Sandy put that review on her channel, and I watched the full 25 minutes, and wow, I mean, talk about an overview. I mean, just broke down every single story all the way through. It was just beautiful. Her energy, of course, is always great.
I was amazed and enthralled that to sit down and take all the time to read them and then do the reviews. I mean, Sandy did a great job. So thank you, Sandy, if you're listening.
Yeah, she's definitely listening. She's in the chat room. Yeah, she was commenting on how I got to make sure I get this word right. She said Gene Hart's story is fabulosity. So yes, this is a word that Sandy's coined, fabulosity, and I guess she's been talking to her about doing a music related panel with her at Imaginarium. So I think they're chatting about something.
Well, I mean, if you want them to come, let me know, and I'll make sure that they get the invitations. But all the authors did a fantastic job. Go out to Amazon, $1.99, 13 stories. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 370,000 words.
Yes, and I do want to give a shout out to Gene because that cover that he designed for this, I mean, I think it's beautiful. I want to actually print that out and put it on a wall or frame it or something because that was a gorgeous cover.
And he did it all in like 5 minutes. He's a master.
He did it quick. He did it.
I don't know
quick.
how he does it. Yeah.
Like, man, I would love to be able to create covers like that quickly. That was fantastic. But yeah, Gene, I mean, you two are two of my favorite people in the indie book world, of course, and it's never a dull moment around you two. And of course, we always joke.
Well,
you're the Moses and Aaron of the publishing world. But yeah, it's just great.
We feel the same way about you and Holly.
But the stuff you cook up is great. But you, I mean, well, let's focus on you as a writer, though, because I want to make sure that we get a little exposure to that side because you're pretty darn good at that, and definitely have been well recognized. But amidst all this press activity, how is your writing going? What's on the slate for what's your work in progress is like?
Well, I'm finally getting back into it. I took a break to concentrate on my authors at Jumpmaster Press and, get their editing done and such. But I finally got into it. You said earlier, multi-genre writer, and my next book, which will be out next year, is something different. I wrote a detective story with one of my authors from Jumpmaster Press. She had posted something on Facebook. It wasn't even a writer's prompt. It was just kind of like a joke. And we started bantering back and forth, and before we knew it, we had a story, we had characters. So it's a female detective named Rose Thorne. And the story goes, her father named her Rose Thorne because she was a thorn in his side. So that tells you right there where she's coming from. And what Dawn and I ended up doing is I wrote the action scenes and a lot of the plot points. She came in and wrote all of the woman parts. So what you're getting is a very feminine detective that really kicks butt with the action-oriented plot that I normally write, and it's a great blend of both worlds. Our editing team absolutely loved it. The beta readers that we have loved it, so that's coming out next year, and I'm looking forward to getting it on the table, seeing what other people think.
Beck, this one sounds up your alley. I know you're wanting to comment on this. That sounds right up your alley. Is she there?
Sorry, I had
There
you
she
on
is.
mute for a minute so you couldn't hear Addison's heavy breathing and snoring in the background. No, I definitely want to get my I want to get my hands on all the books he's talked about tonight. I'm literally making a list in my head thinking, I want to read these so bad. When can I make time? Because, I live at work. So I feel
trust
like
me, I got home. I'm standing in my office, and this is where I spend 8 to 12 hours every day, right here in my home office, either editing, writing, or whatever it is. But yeah, you get all of the books I mentioned tonight available at jumpmasterpress.com, and Rosethorn will be out early in 2024. Also available at jumpmasterpress.com.
This sounds like something.
Go ahead.
That me and Holly both are going to want to read.
Well,
to be honest,
you're welcome to it. I'll have copies at Imaginarium next year, as always. So,
yes.
Who knows? We may get to enter it and see if it wins something.
Hey, you never know.
That is awesome.
But and luckily, since you asked about my current work in print, I've been working on a storyline for almost a decade, here and there, and it's finally coming to an end. I've got 2 chapters left to write in the second book, and this will be done. It's going back to my roots as a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi shoot 'em up, Earth and Mars and Luna Academy and aliens, and my editor went through the first book, loved it, so I'm putting the final touches on the second book, and that 2-book volume should be out late next year. It's called The Terran Coalition.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I love the fact that you are also a multi-genre author. I can relate to you in that as well. But what was the I guess the impetus to do a thriller detective type story? What was some of what made you choose to do that project?
Well, we named her Rose because what Dawn, my co-author, she posted on there. You may have seen it. Someone purchased rose pattern sheets, and they took a picture of it, and it looks like blood spatter all over a bed when you take a quick glance.
Mm-hmm.
So that spawned a serial killer that leaves rose pattern sheets as his calling card, or her calling card. I'm not giving that away. And
nice.
So when you get into the story, there's she's the tough the junior partner, but her partner is getting retired. He doesn't want to be, so there's some conflict there. Her boss hates her, so there's some conflict there. Her love life is going to crap, so there's conflict there. And all of this rolls together into not a preachy, but a faith-based, just a little bit of a faith-based finding your way to a more spiritual life undertone.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got action,
nice.
You've got spirituality, you've got women, you've got guys that hate everything. There's just a lot going on, and it's a great little story. So I'm looking forward to getting that one released.
Nice.
And Dawn is a fantastic author in her own right. She's got a vampire and werewolf series, 4 books out, and so teaming up with her is just fantastic, because we met at our very first publishers about 10, 12 years ago. So we've known each other for over a decade. We finally got a chance to write something together, and it turned out pretty well. We're already talking about a sequel.
So how's the process work with co-writing? Because I know some people they'll have one person writes a chapter, the next person writes another chapter, and that's one process. But how was the process of co-writing? How'd you do it? A lot of people are curious about how that works.
Well, I mean, it's just like everything else. There's 1,000 ways to do it. Find what works for you.
Yeah.
But what worked for us, we went through and together on the phone or via Zoom, and we did the outline, and then we started filling in blanks with plot holes or plot points, and then I would write something, not necessarily a chapter, but I would write a lot of the main action stuff, and then she'd come back in and fill in with all of the female characters. Basically, I wrote all the male parts, she wrote all the female parts, and we meshed it all together, read it a couple of times each, and I think it turned out very well. It was my first collaboration, so, I have nothing to judge it by, but it worked out for us.
That's interesting. Yeah, because, just melding, two writers with different styles into, together like that. I have not done that myself yet, so that's why I love hearing you talk about that. That's it's like anything else. You play to your strengths. Like I said, I like to throw I like to throw plot twists, and I'm an action writer. She is definitely the more slow it down, get the backstory, and make the characters pop. So it was a good mix. We played to each other's strengths, and there's some scenes in there that I had a absolute ball writing, and I hope readers enjoy it. Oh, I definitely think you will. Yeah, I can tell. Well, I know for a fact. I know as far as the genre, I know Beck and Holly. That's right up their alley, and I know I'd love your storytelling. So I have no doubt I'd like it as well.
I'm already making it in my head to make sure I can get this book. I'm super excited.
Well, if you're at Imaginarium next year, I'll have copies. And I'll be happy to sign them.
We will definitely be at Imaginarium. I don't think Stephen would ever let us not be there. We will definitely be there, and we wouldn't want to miss it. We wouldn't want to miss it either. But yes, we will definitely be there.
Yeah, I think your kids would have our head, Beck, if you didn't there.
I'm not for sure they would ever forgive us if something would come up and we couldn't be there.
Oh, that's too funny.
I wouldn't even want to. No, I wouldn't be the one to tell them if we couldn't come. It would have to be you. So we will be there.
Yeah, no, I don't relish that job ever. So, but yeah. Well, we're making a shopping list here for Jumpmaster Press titles. I think tonight.
Yes,
I think
definitely.
That's the plan. And Kickstarter campaigns.
If you want to wait till July, great. If you can't wait, just remember jumpmasterpress.com. And if you're on social media, please give us a follow. Just search for Jumpmaster Press. We're on Facebook, Twitter X, Instagram. We have a TikTok page. Our YouTube channel. Let me tell you about the YouTube channel. For your listeners that love audiobooks. All of our audiobooks are now out on YouTube. You can listen for free. Again, search Jumpmaster Press, hit that subscribe button, and we've got everything from Armin Shimmerman's Betrayal of Angels. Most of my books are out there. Rose Thorn is with my voice narrator right now. Gene's got all of his out there, plus Rise of Xing Yi, his novella. So you can just go out, listen to that for an hour, hour and a half, however long it is. Or if you've got those big car rides, 7-8 hours of Gene's voice, or the guy that does all of my stuff is Rick McVeigh, and they will keep you mesmerized. I don't do the voice acting. I know my limitations, and that is definitely not in my repertoire. So I'll stick to writing.
Yeah, Gene's voice is it's amazing, but definitely speaking of trips, they're bantering in the chat room now. They're plotting to do vacations to places that will align with settings in their books so they can get good tax write-offs. So I guess you've inspired a lot of discussion now in the chat room.
There's a funny story about that too. My last book that came out last year, 1,000 Cuts. It was a futuristic crime thriller. Part of it took place in Tampa, Florida, and I hadn't been to Tampa in years, so I pulled up Google Earth and I mapped out everything and I took pictures and all this. And after I'd written it, we did Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and get down there, and I'm standing in right outside my hotel room, and I look up. And that's where my story took place, literally across the street from where I was staying. So I started taking pictures, and I was walking the path that my characters were taking, and I was like, this is too damn cool. And when I got back, because it had not been published at that time, I tweaked it a little bit. So if you go out and get 1,000 Cuts, all of the streets, be it Knoxville or Atlanta or Tampa, you can follow along on Google Earth the entire route that my drivers drove, all of the places that were robbed, because it's a crime thriller. All this stuff you can just follow along and go, holy cow. It was fantastic.
Well, Sandy's down there in Florida, so maybe she could jump on it sooner than the rest of us and do this follow the path, check all these places out. I'll send Sandy with her camera too, so she can do YouTube. Maybe she could do like a YouTube travel documentary following Kyle's path here in Tampa.
Our on-the-spot reporter, Sandy Linder, reporting for the Imaginarium. There you go.
Something like that. But that is cool. That is cool. Now, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, as far as Gene's series, because man, I love how he's developing a series based on the Eastern or Asian style of dragons.
Yeah,
I think they don't get enough love yet, and I definitely think that's an area that needs some more storytelling. So that's cool to hear that he's.
He called me yesterday, so excited because all of the plot points fit in perfectly, and he was feverishly typing on his keyboard. And I'm like, well, you're good for an hour or so I'll leave you alone. But he's excited about book 2. I'm still contemplating working on more Rogues and Warlocks.
Yes,
because I know Holly enjoyed the story. And actually told me to write more. So I may have to, just to keep her happy, because, got to keep you and Holly happy.
Well, Holly did tell me that she was hoping you continue that. Yeah, I remember her telling me that privately. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And she doesn't say things that she doesn't mean. So, yeah, definitely. She means it. Hey, we just got a comment from Sandy. She'll be Sandy will be speaking at an asphalt conference in Tampa in January. So there you go. So maybe she can do this project while she's down there.
Well, while she's down by the river walk, tell her to look up at the Bank of America building. And that's it. The Sykes building and the Bank of America building. If she can see those, she's standing where the first part of the book takes place. Nice.
Yeah, they're all talking about travel because I guess Carol is getting together a group to go up to Salem, Massachusetts to check some stuff out. So. It looks, from what I gleaned, I was trying to follow the combo a little bit here, but while staying focused on the show.
One day, me and Holly will have our time to go to Salem. Everybody's gone, and one day we're going to get to go.
Carol's putting together a group, evidently. So she's going to be like Dacre Stoker.
I don't think my life is
encourage everyone to go travel.
Yes. I haven't done enough of it in recent years as much as I'd like. I used to travel a lot, and it's just really been getting under my skin that I haven't been able to get out there as much as I would like to. So that's why we want Holly to get really healthy so we can get out there. Cause
I traveled a lot when I was still in the Army, but when I retired, it slowed down quite a bit.
Well, you and Gene keep a pretty active schedule, though. I mean, you guys are bouncing around a bit because I always see that awesome. I mean, you guys have one of the best floor displays at conventions that I think any press has, and I love seeing the pictures. But yeah, it seems like to me, I mean, at least from what I see online, you guys have been keeping a little bit of an active schedule as far as live events.
Every year I say we're going to back off a little bit so I can enjoy the summer by the pool. And every year it goes from 3 cons. I'm looking at 13 now for next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the first one, if any of your listeners are out west, starting the year early. Normally we start in late February. We'll go through 1st of October or so, maybe one a month, sometimes 2. Next year, 2024, we're starting in January in Albuquerque, New Mexico for Albuquerque Comic-Con. And we're bringing Armin Shimmerman. We're bringing Armin Shimmerman in, and their guest list is already, like, fantastic. You got Flash Gordon. You got X-Files. I mean, just every week they post another guest, and I'm like, this is going to be a great show. And then we're bringing Armin in. So yeah, we're starting early. We've got one in February, one in March, a couple in April, all the way through right now. And if things keep on track, I think we're looking at through October of next year, somewhere around 13 conventions. So,
nice.
And
that's heavy.
And we are. Right now, the plan is, we have traveled the Southeast. We show up at a convention like Tupelo or Imaginarium, and everybody knows who we are because we've been there for 5 or 6 years. So next year, we're going further than we've ever gone. Albuquerque. I'm looking at one in Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm looking at one in North Dakota. We're going to get the Jumpmaster Press name out there. So that's the plan.
No, you definitely do that. Albuquerque's a great city, too. And I've been doing a lot of deep dives in that area because I've been doing a character that's based on, the ancestral Puebloans and the Hopi and lore and all that. And set right into that region.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of deep dives. I love that area of the country, but yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, an Albuquerque show. That's cool. Beck's probably wanting to go there too because she has some TV shows that have people that are based in that area too. So she likes.
Well, I want to go everywhere at this point. I just want to travel.
Well, you know what? Just grab your stuff. Come with us. We could always, give you a little corner of the booth, and we'll sell everybody's books.
I don't take much space, so it'll be okay. You won't even know I'm there.
I take a lot of space. With 15 books, I take a lot of space. But you know what? We've got almost 40 authors now, over 100 titles available, all at Jumpmaster Press. We've still got 3 books to put out this year before we start looking at next year, which is astronomical already. So, we've got some good titles still to come this year. A lot of great stuff for next year, including some sequels. So jumpmasterpress.com or Jumpmaster Press all over social media. Just follow us and you'll know.
Yes, and Jumpmaster, one word for those of you that are hearing about Jumpmaster for the first time tonight. Yeah, one word, Jumpmaster Press. And, definitely a great outfit for just awesome books.
If you're wondering how we came up with that, Gene and I were both jump masters in the Army. We used to throw people out of aircraft for fun. And
yes.
So when we got together to form this company, that was the name that stuck out to us. We've got some veterans who are now writing for us, and it's been a wild ride for just 5 years. I tell you, it's great.
That's next. You'll have to have a special Jumpmaster event where you have people parachute down into the parking lot at Imaginarium or something absolutely insane like that one year.
Oh, yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time, okay?
That'd take the cake, I think. But yeah, and I love where the name origin came from. Glad you got to share that with us tonight, because that's something I knew. But that's awesome. And that snazzy trailer. I mean, you're gonna put some road miles on that. I love your all's trailer.
Oh my God, that thing has paid for itself like 6 times over. We love our trailer, and it has definitely made life a lot easier to go up and down the highways of America.
Yes. Yeah, especially when you're logging miles like you appear to be doing with Massachusetts and New Mexico and 13 conventions coming up. Wow.
What was it? 2021, I think it was. I think we did 16 that year. So.
Oh, did you do 16 that year?
Yeah. Right after everything opening back up, we went crazy, and we were just going everywhere. I think we ended up doing 10 this year. And so we're looking at 10 to 13. That's about normal.
Yeah.
1 a month, sometimes 2, and then take the last couple of months of the year off to catch our breath, catch up on editing, and do all those little things that need doing to run a business.
Yep, and I can relate. Yeah, as far as the hours spent editing, because I live that life too. That can attest to that. But yeah, that takes some time. So I get you there,
half my day every day. Yep.
Yep. I have a writing session and I have an editing session, and then everything else. So it's I relate to you very much.
There's social media and answering emails and all this other mess.
Oh God.
All of the behind the scenes stuff that only publishers have to deal with. So lucky authors.
Yep, and if you don't keep on, it snowballs real quick. So
real quick.
But again, all right, we're coming up on about a little over 6 minutes left. So I want to circle back though. I want to give you a chance to because tonight, of course, keeping with the Halloween theme a little bit and the new projects. Get info on the Kickstarters and some of the levels. I'd love for you to I'm not sure what all the levels are. So better than I do.
I can run through them real quick. I'm sitting at my desk now. The base level is the hardback books, Dracula, Frankenstein, or Picture of Dorian Gray. Each one is its own level, and honestly, they're very reasonably priced, $25 plus shipping. For a hardback, soft touch book, that's easy peasy stuff there. And as soon as my computer will pull up, I will give you. There it comes. Let's see. Yeah, it's Dracula Black Edition is all you got to search for. So the Dracula Black Edition. Oh, I'm sorry, $30. Excuse me, $30. Frankenstein, $30. Dorian Gray, $30. And then you get a signed Dracula plus a video message from Dacre. So he'll personalize a short message for you. That's $55. You can get all 3 books unsigned for $75. That saves you $15 right there if you get them all 3 at once.
That's a heck of a deal.
And then the signed and numbered Draculas from Dacre, $95. And then our highest tier is a signed Dracula plus Stoker on Stoker. That's the Zoom meeting I mentioned earlier,
right,
where you can get on and talk to him. And those are limited. But it's $150, but you get to talk, whatever it is you want to talk about with Dacre, and fantastic. So those are our levels.
Yeah.
And so far it looks like it's going very well for 2 days. It just started Tuesday, and we've got 28 more days. So we do appreciate everybody that's supporting in this, and go out there and be a backer, because this is the first one. We're going to try to get into a rhythm to do 2 Kickstarters a year in the Black Spine. And the next one, I'll let your listeners in on a little secret. Edgar Allan Poe.
Holly.
In the spring.
Oh, boy.
And this is going to be a 5-volume hardback set in a box.
Oh, boy.
And the box is going to be...
That's all he had to say.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I had to say.
So,
yeah.
So that's down the road, but we want to get through, this one first. And Stephen, you saw the books at Imaginarium. You touched them. They're fantastic. Now that they're signed with an intro from Dacre, you guys don't miss this
Kicks it up a
opportunity.
notch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
everybody's chiming in for you on the Edgar Allan Poe one. Yeah, they're excited about that
That's
already.
all he had to say. All he had to say was Edgar Allan Poe.
And we've got a couple of surprises for that one as well. Nothing's confirmed yet. So once we get through this one and we start advertising for that one, you're going to get, hopefully, if everything works out, you're going to get a nice introduction for Edgar Allan Poe from someone who knows Poe's work. That's all I'm going to say.
Fantastic, man. I'm excited. This is cool, and I know Holly's she'll probably have she'll probably do a hiccup when I tell her this, but she'll be all over that one for
she's
sure.
Going to, that might be the medicine to get her better.
Yeah, that might actually inspire her to get better. So thank you, Kyle. We can hopefully get her back.
You're
now.
welcome. Go to Kickstarter. Go to Kickstarter. In the search, just type in Dracula Black Edition. It'll pop up, and you'll see all the books. You'll see a video from Dacre talking about this. And like I said earlier, he was super excited because his push right now is to get back to the Man in Black, Count Dracula. And so this book flows seamlessly into what he's trying to do.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we got about a minute and a half, so I want to give you one more chance to give out your links for you, Kyle, and then if you want to give the Jumpmaster links again real quick.
Me personally, I've got a writer's page on Facebook, R. Kyle Hanna Writer, but honestly, everything I do, Jumpmaster Press. So follow us on social media, Jumpmaster Press, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, the YouTube channel with all of the videos and the audiobooks. I do a weekly vlog on Thursdays, 5-Star Fridays on Fridays. Just follow us on social media. You'll know what's going on.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being willing to come on an unusual night for us. We're usually, of course, on Wednesdays, Kyle, and always great to catch up with you. You're awesome, and hopefully have you back sooner than later because you always have a lot of updates and things going on. So, but thanks for joining us tonight,
we are
Kyle.
busy. I do have one last thing. Where did you get the picture of me that you put in your advertising?
Oh, that one. That was probably one that was pulled probably pulled from one of your shots at a convention. Probably.
Gene was like,
that one.
Dude, that I'd never seen it before. Gene had never seen it before. He was laughing, and so I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's because the only one was the one that we used for the Imaginarium has you have snow on yourself, and so it wouldn't. Yeah. It would look a little odd to have us on the graphic with you with no snow, and then you have snow on you. And so yeah, I had to go with something else for the
It snows one time in Alabama. I'm gonna get pictures of it. So there you go.
Oh, I know. You look like a rancher in that picture. I mean, it has that vibe. That's awesome.
Oh, you should see the other one with my other cowboy hat and the duster. Now, that one looks very cowboyish.
Get that to me, and we'll use that at the next Star Chamber show.
If it snows again, you'll have one.
You got it. But thanks for joining us tonight, Kyle.
Thanks for having me on, Stephen. I do appreciate all that you guys do for us. Appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime, my friend. You have a good night. And folks, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us tonight. And yes, next Wednesday we'll be resuming our normal Wednesday night schedule. Thanks for joining us tonight. Been a great show exploring our Kyle Hanna, Jumpmaster Press, these awesome new Kickstarters, the Black Spine Dracula editions with Dacre Stoker. So go check that out. And next Wednesday we'll bring you another awesome guest. And until then, stay creative, folks.
For Digitas, this is HPE Radio at ID 1HPE03500000. Spot title HPE Episode 2 English Radio, 15 seconds long, Mixed Harbor on October 11th, 2023.
So, how do we get AI right?
Well, we need the right volume of data and massive compute power. But with HPE GreenLake, we get access to supercomputing to power AI at the scale we need.
Search HPE GreenLake.
When you stay at a Vrbo, you always get the whole home. Not part of it, but the whole upstairs, the whole downstairs, the whole fridge, the whole backyard, and the whole nap room. Because is it really a vacation home if you have to share it with the host? Only whole vacation homes, always all yours. Book on the Vrbo app.